Well, you've likely heard of the term FOMO. It means fear of missing out. And as we head into summer, it is pretty common to experience travel FOMO. That is the feeling we sometimes get when we're scrolling through social media, looking at all the great places that our friends are traveling to. And that's not all. It is really common to be on vacation and then also feel like everyone back home is having fun without you. Family and clinical psychologist Dr. Jennifer Hartstein joins me now. So Dr. Jen, break it down for me. How can you, it's like you're darned if you do and darned if you don't. How do you get rid of this FOMO in your life?
Well, I think we can't, right? Envy is something we all experience. But we have to remember that what we're doing is what we chose to do in some ways. So you have to lean into that experience and kind of really focus on what's in front of you rather than kind of the grass is greener sort of thing.
Absolutely. And not just travel, but just life in general, having that attitude of gratitude. How do you remind yourself and prompt yourself to practice living in the moment?
It is so hard, right? Because things are coming at us everywhere. So one of the things that I like to do is minimize your social media usage because it's in your face when you're kind of looking at other people's feeds or they're looking at yours. Practice mindfulness, really be present and in every moment. When you get distracted, okay, notice it and then bring it back to like, what do I have that's right here that I can enjoy and engage in?
Absolutely. And we all have something. Even going outside to enjoy the weather can sometimes be resetting for your soul. Realistically, we all can't travel as much as we'd like to. We probably need to work a little bit more. But how do we deal with being bombarded? One thing you said was just, frankly, to just unplug from social media. Any other advice?
So unplugging is really important. Can you do a staycation, right? What can you learn where you live? You'd be surprised. Can you lean into learning about different things or planning ahead, right? And if you are working on that disconnect, which is really hard, either at home or on vacation, make a schedule. When I travel, I know that I have to check in the morning and I have to check in at night. And I try really hard not to be on during the day. And that means like not even just being like, what did that person post today? Nothing. I put it away and I'm here, which allows me to be engaged in what's in front of me and the people that I'm with. And it's much more meaningful.
Oh, absolutely. And I think if you're a parent and you're doing that, you're really modeling something good for your teenagers or your young people who are traveling and sometimes are still buried in their phones. So that's so important. I know that we say traveling is a way to recharge, but it can sometimes be difficult to unplug and come down from being like so connected. What are your tips for how to make that transition?
How do we prep?
Yeah.
That's it, prep, right? So if I'm on my devices at all times, I'm like acting like I'm texting. If I'm on my devices at all times, so maybe the week before I start to decrease my usage so that when I go, if I'm really aiming to have a digital detox, I really can have that digital detox. And I'm starting to change some of those habits. And the key is how do you bring it back with you when you come back, right? We all come back going, I'm not gonna be on my phone as much, and then we immediately go back on. So remember how you felt when you weren't using it, and then try and continue it when you're back home.
And, you know, there are some real mental benefits as well, Dr. Jen, of disconnecting from day-to-day life. Walk us through how this benefits your brain and your mental health.
So the disconnect is really one part of it, and the travel is one part of it. What we know about the mental health benefits of travel is it helps us manage some depression and anxiety. It promotes connection because we're often talking to people or we're talking to our families more. It does provide stress relief, even as stressful as it can be. It's a different kind of stress, like an excited kind of stress. And all of those pieces help bolster our mental health and our physical health. So there are some really great things to it.
Before I let you go, is there any benefit to traveling solo or like with a partner or family? Does it just depend on you?
I think it depends on you as an individual. Some people are super comfortable traveling solo, and some people like to be with others. And if you want to try traveling solo, maybe go with a group so that you have some other people around and you don't have to be worried about doing it all yourself.
Always great advice, family and clinical psychologist Dr. Jennifer Hartstein. Thank you so much.